Head to the polls next month. There are several issues you will have to check yes or no on. One of those issues is issue 4, which seeks to legalize and expand casino gaming in the state. Now, if approved, 2 new casinos could be built in Pope and Jefferson counties. The measure would also expand gaming at Oaklawn and Southland. Joining me now in studio is Nate Steele with Driving Arkansas Ford and Family Council President Jerry Cox. Thanks for joining me
this
morning.
Pleasure.
All right, so let's go ahead and start this debate. Mr. Steele, tell us why you believe voters should say yes to this.
Well, primarily because voters already engage in some type of gaming. As you know, we have both Oaklawn and Southland in Arkansas have conducted electronic games of skill for years. We've seen no rise in crime or rise in divorce rates or anything in Garland and Crittenden counties. We've just seen a rise in jobs. According to the Office of the Mississippi Gaming Commission, over 1 million Arkansans visit Mississippi casinos over the past 12 months. So Arkansans have access to gaming. They are engaging in gaming, but we're not capturing the tax revenue here in Arkansas, and we're not building our economy off of it. We're letting other states that all surround Arkansas do that. So I think Arkansans ought to say, we need to find a responsible way to allow that here in Arkansas and capture the tax revenue here in Arkansas.
Okay, and Mr. Cox, why do you believe people should vote against it?
Well, for one thing, we already have 2 casinos here in the state of Arkansas, one in Hot Springs, one in West Memphis. So if people want to go to a casino, we already have those. The fact of the matter is, these folks are writing themselves into our state constitution. They're giving themselves a monopoly. This is the Cherokee tribe coming out of Oklahoma, the Quapaw tribe coming out of Oklahoma. They have spent millions of dollars to put this on the ballot, and they're expanding their market right here into Arkansas. And so it won't be such that anybody can open a casino. Only these people will be able to do so, and that will be in the Constitution. And so really it's unfair in that respect, but this whole thing of it helping the economy, no state has ever gambled its way to prosperity. Look at Oklahoma. They have 102 casinos, and they're just as poor as we are. Look at Mississippi. They have 36. They're just as poor as we are, or worse than we are. Drive through those parts of the states and look at what the casinos have done to those communities. They decimate the local economy. And if you don't believe me, ask a businessman in those communities.
I saw you kind of react there when he said it's not fair because they're writing themselves into the Constitution. What are your thoughts on that?
It's just completely inaccurate. I respect Mr. Cox, but that's not accurate at all. These are merit-based licenses that will be awarded by the Racing and Gaming Commission. Nobody can even apply for a license without the written support of the mayor and county judge in the county and city where they're applying. There's no one written into the Constitution. That argument was made to the Arkansas Supreme Court, and it was rejected unanimously. So it's just not accurate at all. And as Mr. Cox knows, all surrounding states do conduct casino gaming. They have a lot of tourism dollars that are spurred from that. The University of Arkansas at Little Rock did an economic study that showed that casino gaming under our proposal would have an economic impact of $6 billion, actually $5.8 billion over the next 10 years. So these aren't pie-in-the-sky figures. This is a proven economic impact over 10 years that we could capture here in Arkansas rather than seeing all those dollars go to surrounding states.
Do you know who commissioned that study? The gamblers. That reminds me of the studies that were done by the tobacco industry years ago that said that smoking was good for you. Everybody knows that casinos suck money out of the local economy. They increase bankruptcies. They do all these bad things. And this study is tilted in the direction of the casinos because they're the ones that ask it to be done. And so I wouldn't trust that study as far as I could throw it.
All right, well, there are very strong opinions on both sides of this issue, so the voters will ultimately have the decision come November. Thank you guys both for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll have much more Good Day after the break.